Well, I'd like to start this podcast today. This is January 8th, 2022. Talking about just a movie I watched in December, Christmas 2020. It's a Wonderful Life, which I then saw in a play version on December 2021, just recently. And the main theme that I wanted to talk about that was ignored by the play, that was actually a big part of the movie, was Mr. Potter, the evil kind of lender guy that is opposite of George Bailey, who is a good lender guy. Anyways, Mr. Potter, he in the future reality where George Bailey never existed, Mr. Potter turns society into a debauched, uh, you know, crime infested crap hole of a town. Just very similar to Goldie Wilson in the future of Hill Valley and Back to the Future 2. Or Biff and Goldie Wilson are like the bad guys that make it a big gambling, prostitution, pornography, strippers, uh, you know, just total junk everywhere you look, and trash everywhere, and homeless people everywhere, which is pretty similar to what our actual American society and world is very much like today here in 2022. And am I no different than these Mr. Potter or Biff or any of these people? I'm different than them, but I would say that I have my own problems. As far as most Americans have problems with the junk they see in the media. Whatever it might be. Media being whatever's out there. Which is crazy stuff. And it's just weird because you could be working with any person in normal everyday life work, and find out that they're involved in that too, and they have no shame about it. They're just making money. They're making money from sex. They're making money from drugs. They're making money from any kind of vice you can think of. And it's not how God intended us to be. He didn't intend us to be, you know, uh, constantly thinking about money all the time, and worried about what we're gonna eat and drink, and just he didn't intend us to be sinners. He intended us to be natural, just like Adam and Eve, not like the movie industry with that name or whatever, the sex shop, but the actual people that were created by God, who's Jesus Christ, to basically propagate the species, produce sons and daughters that are just normal people, heterosexual. And people might say, oh, it's normal to be whatever their sexual orientation is, but that and maybe that is normal for them, but it's not what the Bible actually talks about with regards to who gets to heaven and who doesn't. And like I would say that it's not repressed to be heterosexual. I would say it's very freeing to be heterosexual. I would say that a marriage that is heterosexual is like probably the best you can possibly get, because a guy can do everything that a girl can do, you know, and a girl can do everything that a guy can't do. Like it's like the greatest, like just synthesization of, or the unification of the two beings to create offspring is like probably the most magical thing there is. And it's like people take it for granted. They just think, oh yeah, just women are a dime a dozen. You're putting on a pedestal. It's like, okay, maybe they are a dime a dozen because they don't care about their bodies, or what they're doing, or what they're uh, what they're consuming with their eyes and their ears and their taste buds. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just nauseating to see how that happened. Because like with my life, I went from super success in 2021 to now I'm barely just. I have a very nice apartment now that I've reorganized and cleaned very well, but I haven't got my financial situation in order. I still have friends, just like the motto of the movie It's a Wonderful Life says, a man who has friends is not a failure. I still have friends, and they do care about me and they help me. I hang out with them at coffee shops or grocery store. I go to the coffee shops there, or just just going to do stand up paddle boarding in the summer, hopefully if the lake's clean. And I hope to um, keep doing good stuff. I definitely screwed up a lot with my own sexual sins and bad words, cursing to God, saying "f you" to God and stuff. Just like that was one day I was outside one of my favorite coffee shops, and that was my first time going there actually. And so it was to buy some oils, and I was just not right in the head. So I had to get back on medications, and I did. And um, as far as like me getting my financial situation back to order, I hope I can do my best to do that. I still have some of my businesses intact. I sold a lot of all my vending machines that I had. Um, and I don't do a lot of the labor I used to do. It's very minimal what I'm doing now these days. But anywho, it is Saturday the 8th, and today is sunny outside, and it's just a good day to do a podcast after getting some coffee for a friend, and she got me a lemonade, and so just enjoying the day, and I hope I can get back to success again. But when I talk about this with my dad or my parents or whatever it might be, they're just like, oh yeah, you'll get your welfare, your social security, your go back on food stamps, whatever what it was. The day I got off food stamps, it was the greatest triumph ever. And then now they're talking about me getting back on, and I really don't want to go backwards in terms of my uh, financial independence, but I do realize that I should keep that Social Security, because I don't have very much income as much as I used to. I don't have a car to use like I used to, and even if I did, I get dizzy, and I might crash or pass out when I'm driving or something. I don't know. Like I get drowsy really easily, but I can do podcasts. I can do jacket cleaning. I can do shoe shines. I can do my notary business from my apartment or the laundromat. Um, I don't have a car though, so I can't do the signing agent stuff as much. So hardly I don't really think I'm gonna be doing it at all anymore. And that was a big part of my income. And um, so I mean, what do we want? Do we want a society that's good and has good family values, like George Peter Bailey and his wife, and his son George Bailey and his wife and their kids, and all their like just a really good wholesome family. And like, dude, are people like that at all in this country? I mean, probably not. I mean, definitely not. I mean, I'm gonna just have to say hell no, they're not. Because they're definitely, I mean, some people might be, but I would say that they're very few. They're probably, I mean, this is probably a big guess, but I would say probably 10% of the population is probably morally upright, and I would say 90% has some moral probably decay going on there. Some of them heavily, like me, like I don't have super heavy decay, but I have pretty bad problems in terms of, my daily life, just at home, just not, just like what are we watching, like going to bars, and it's like, it's, like I have a shirt that says Jesus mascara and 90s rap. I don't wear a mascara. I like Jesus. I mean, Jesus is great. He's God, but 90s rap is probably not the best thing out there for, wholesome life. I mean, I grew up on 90s rap though. I mean, I was watching a birthday party of myself when I was 7 years old, and the MC Hammer's on, and we're doing Hammer Time, the, Running Man dancing music, and it was cool. We liked MC Hammer and all that stuff back then. I mean, it was like pizza parties or Kentucky Fried Chicken birthday parties, and that was a thing. Pin the tail on a donkey. It was a good time, but just got really disgusting with a lot of culture in America over the I would say over the 2000s. Well, maybe probably 2000s to 2010s, and just when I was in high school and after high school. I think it was after they took out a lot of the Bible in schools. Was probably a big deal when they took the Bible out. Then they took the American flag out of like the classrooms, and the Pledge of Allegiance stuff. I don't think they do that anymore. I don't even think they have history class or civics and law or anything like that. I think it's just really weird and debauched, and like it seemed like the play was more focused on celebrating the debauchery rather than the actual like focus of the movie, which was to be against the debauchery, against Potter and all that stuff. And we're not talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about the Lender Potter in It's a Wonderful Life. He's like this guy. He's this old, crusty, creepy guy that's always trying to put people in shanties, and just a real gouger, a real Scrooge kind of guy. A Scrooge that's also a dirty kind of bastard, actually. But so you know yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we are in this country. We're a bunch of dirty bastards, like Potter. Not like Harry Potter the Wizard. For that's actually, everybody likes him, but and but it'd be like we're kind of like in terms of a building, like what if you were to live in a really nice building, but yet your personality, your soul is really freaking filthy. Like you're a slum. You're a sewer rat slum of a soul. Yeah, you live in a mansion that's pristine and beautiful. You're not going to be doing very well. But if you're just some guy that's trying to figure things out, you're trying to get right with God and stuff, and you're stumbling every other day or every day, it seems like. And you're trying though. I mean, you have morals. Okay, that's me. Okay, and you're trying. You live in a tough area. It's not the most beautiful part of town, but you're trying. So I mean, that's what counts. I mean, in terms of me actually getting a wife and all that stuff, it's highly unlikely. But if I can get myself looking 130 pounds again, like I did just recently back in September 2021. July had best photo ever of me stand up paddleboarding. It was a really fun day just out at Blue Heron Park in Moses Lake, and I really want to baptize people according to Acts 2:38 there. I really do, in the name of Jesus Christ. And, and none of these churches are doing that except the apostolic, and they don't really get out of their church there to go swimming like the normal people because they're hyper conservative, but they do have the right idea that baptize in the name of Acts 2:38, and that was a beautiful day back then 2,000 years ago, and 3,000 souls were saved, in Acts 2:41. Acts, from that, it's the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 38 through 41. Highly recommend reading that. I've gone over that verse a lot in my YouTube channel, but I really do want to do stuff like that, and that's kind of like a somewhat of a pastor, but not really a pastor that preaches in church, but more of a pastor that goes and just helps save people, and like they think they are saved because they go to a popular church that has a coffee shop, and they'll wear plaid shirts and they have tattoos, or they go, or they're baptized as a baby with little water sprinkling on their head or whatever, and they've got their whole family history of thousands of years of their family have all been of the Catholic Church, and or a derivative of it, whether that's Protestant, Baptist, Catholic. They're all derivatives of the Trinitarian Church, which is not even baptizing correctly according to the Bible. They don't read the Bible; they read the Nicene Creed, and the Nicene Creed's not the Bible, though. And that's what, and I you can just argue until you're blue in the face with these people that, and a lot of them are your family, and my case included. And so you're never going to win. So you basically have to do the best you can with each day you've got, and praise the Lord. And thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I'm going to sign off. All right. Thank you. You have a good day. See you next time.